When news broke that Pope Francis had passed away, the world paused in a moment of collective sorrow. His gentle leadership and unwavering dedication touched millions. But beyond the sadness, his passing also brings valuable lessons for all of us, especially for those of us who are growing older and thinking more carefully about our health. Today, we're going to take a closer look at 3 critical health issues that played a role in Pope Francis's final days: stroke, prolonged coma, and irreversible heart failure. These are not distant, rare conditions. They are challenges that many seniors face every day. Understanding them and knowing how to protect ourselves can make all the difference as we navigate our own journeys through aging. In this video, we won't just talk about the medical facts. We'll share real-life habits that can either help prevent these serious conditions or make them much worse if ignored. We'll talk about why small daily choices, like checking your blood pressure, staying active, and listening carefully to your body signals, are far more powerful than we sometimes realize. You might be surprised at how often these life-threatening conditions are tied to everyday decisions like how much salt we eat, whether we skip a doctor's appointment, or how we manage our stress. But don't worry, this won't be a list of impossible tasks. It's about small, practical steps you can start today, no matter your age or current health. If you or someone you love is entering their golden years, these lessons could be some of the most important you'll ever hear. And even if you're feeling perfectly healthy right now, the information we're about to cover could help you stay that way for many years to come. So stay with me as we dive into this important topic. I'd also love to hear your thoughts. Have you or someone you know faced any of these health challenges? What habits have you found most helpful for staying strong and healthy? Please share your experiences in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else. And if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any future updates about senior health and wellness. Let's get started. 3. Stroke. When we think about the passing of Pope Francis, it feels like losing a wise and gentle light in this world. His life was a testament to kindness, humility, and strength. But in the end, it was a silent enemy that so many of us must face as we age: a stroke. A stroke doesn't usually announce itself ahead of time. It creeps in quietly, over the years, building its foundation slowly through things we may not even notice day to day. The main cause of stroke is high blood pressure. When your blood pressure stays high over time, it pushes hard against the walls of your arteries. Little by little, those vessels stiffen and narrow, making it much easier for a clot to form and block the blood flow to your brain. And when the brain doesn't get the oxygen and nutrients it needs, brain cells start to die within minutes. But high blood pressure isn't the only risk. Stiff, hardened arteries, often caused by high cholesterol levels, make things even worse. Too much bad cholesterol, LDL, in your bloodstream can leave fatty deposits along the walls of your arteries, narrowing them and setting the stage for disaster. Over time, these plaques can rupture, causing clots that trigger strokes. Habits from earlier years also come back to haunt us if we're not careful. Smoking is one of the biggest culprits. It damages your blood vessels, thickens your blood, and makes clotting far more likely. Drinking alcohol excessively weakens the heart and raises blood pressure even more. Eating salty foods, which are everywhere these days in processed snacks and fast foods, can quietly raise blood pressure to dangerous levels without any obvious symptoms. And of course, not moving enough, sitting for hours at a time, allows these risks to build up like unseen pressure in a dam. It can feel overwhelming, but the truth is, we have more control than we realize. The first step is simple but powerful: regular checkups. Having your blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol checked on a routine basis allows you to catch small problems before they become big ones. Even small improvements, Lowering your systolic blood pressure by just 10 points can drastically reduce your risk of stroke. Next, we turn to food. Food is not just fuel, it's medicine. A diet low in salt but rich in leafy greens like spinach, kale, and arugula can protect your blood vessels. Add in fruits full of antioxidants like blueberries and oranges, and whole grains like oats and brown rice, and you're feeding your heart and brain the nutrients they crave. Try using herbs and spices like garlic, turmeric, or basil instead of salt to flavor your meals. They not only make food delicious, but also help fight inflammation and keep blood pressure in check. Movement doesn't have to be extreme. Daily gentle activities, a morning walk, a slow dance in your living room, light gardening, or an easy yoga routine are enough to keep blood flowing smoothly. Staying active helps maintain a healthy weight, lowers blood pressure, improves cholesterol levels, and strengthens the heart. It's not about pushing yourself hard. It's about moving joyfully and consistently. Another vital piece of the puzzle is knowing the warning signs of a stroke and acting fast. There's a simple acronym that many doctors teach called FAST. Face. Ask the person to smile. Does one side of the face droop? Arms. Ask them to raise both arms. Does one arm drift downward? Speech. Is their speech slurred or strange? Time. If you see any of these signs, it's time to call emergency services immediately. Recognizing these signs and acting quickly can save lives. Time lost is brain lost. Every minute counts. And let's not forget about the emotional side of health. Stress, loneliness, and sadness, common companions in older age, can quietly impact heart and brain health too. Finding ways to connect with friends, grandchildren, or community activities can protect both your emotional and physical health more than you might imagine. Reflecting on Pope Francis's journey, we see not just an ending, but a call to care for ourselves more tenderly. His passing teaches us that our bodies are temples, deserving of daily love, attention, and care. It's easy to postpone these things. I'll exercise tomorrow, we tell ourselves. I'll go to the doctor next month. But time is precious. Every small action we take today, choosing a salad instead of fried food, going for a walk instead of watching another hour of television, checking our blood pressure even when we feel fine, is a gift to our future selves. None of us can guarantee perfect health, but by taking these small, steady steps, we can tip the scales heavily in our favor. We can live not just longer, but stronger, with clearer minds, steadier steps, and fuller hearts. In honor of the legacy left behind by Pope Francis, let's make a promise to ourselves to take each day as a new chance to nourish, protect, and celebrate the beautiful gift of life we've been given. 2. Irreversible heart failure. Hearing about the passing of Pope Francis reminds us how fragile life can be, even for someone who seemed so strong and full of spirit. One of the critical causes of his passing was irreversible heart failure, a condition that silently builds over the years, often without us even realizing it, until it's too late. Heart failure doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of years, sometimes decades, of pressure on the heart. One of the biggest culprits is long-standing high blood pressure. When your blood pressure stays high for too long, your heart has to work harder than normal to pump blood throughout your body. Over time, this constant overwork weakens the heart muscles, making them stiff and less efficient. It's like asking a small car engine to pull a heavy truck up a mountain every day. Eventually, it just wears out. Another major cause is coronary artery disease, the hardening and narrowing of the arteries due to cholesterol buildup. When the arteries supplying blood to the heart become clogged, the heart doesn't get enough oxygen and nutrients. Parts of the heart muscle can weaken or die, leading to heart failure. It's a slow, quiet process that often starts with a little heaviness in the chest after walking up the stairs or feeling more tired than usual, but can sneak up without dramatic warning signs. Our daily habits play a bigger role than many people realize. Eating too much salt, fat, and sugar over the years slowly damages the heart and blood vessels. Salt raises blood pressure. Unhealthy fats clog arteries. Excess sugar leads to weight gain and diabetes, which further strain the heart. And when we pair these eating habits with too little movement, it creates a perfect storm for heart disease. Smoking is another major player. Every cigarette damages the lining of blood vessels, encourages plaque buildup, and reduces the oxygen available in your blood, making your heart's job even harder. Long-term stress also wears on the heart. When we're stressed, our bodies release hormones that raise blood pressure and heart rate. Over time, living in a constant state of fight or flight damages the cardiovascular system. But there's good news. It's never too late to make changes that protect and even strengthen your heart. The first and most important step is to eat wisely. A heart-healthy diet is not about starving yourself or eating bland food. It's about choosing foods that nourish and heal. Prioritize plenty of vegetables like spinach, broccoli, and carrots. Add heart-friendly fats by eating fatty fish, such as salmon or mackerel a couple times a week. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which help lower inflammation and protect arteries. Limit fried foods, processed snacks, and sugary desserts. Instead, season meals with natural herbs, lemon juice, or spices rather than reaching for the salt shaker. Daily movement is just as critical. You don't need to join a gym or run marathons. Simple activities like walking around your neighborhood, light stretching, dancing to your favorite songs, or gentle swimming can do wonders. Exercise helps strengthen the heart, lower blood pressure, control weight, and boost overall mood. The key is to find something you enjoy and make it a regular part of your life. Even 20 to 30 minutes a day can make a profound difference. Regular heart checkups are also essential. Many heart problems can be detected early with routine blood pressure checks, cholesterol screenings, and simple heart tests. Managing your blood pressure and cholesterol numbers aggressively can prevent the small problems from turning into bigger ones. Talk to your doctor about any unusual symptoms, even if they seem minor. Things like shortness of breath, swollen ankles, or unexplained fatigue could all point to early heart trouble. Mental health plays a big role too. Keeping a positive spirit and finding ways to manage stress can greatly lower your risk of heart disease. Activities like meditation, prayer, talking with loved ones, gardening, or even keeping a gratitude journal can help. It's important not to bottle up worries. Sharing burdens with friends, family, or a counselor can lighten the emotional load on your heart. When we reflect on the life of someone like Pope Francis, we are reminded that even those who seem closest to the heavens are still human, still vulnerable to the quiet wear and tear of time and life's pressures. His passing is not just a loss, but a lesson. A reminder for all of us to care for our hearts with daily attention, gentleness, and respect. It's easy to tell ourselves that health changes are too hard, too late, or not necessary. But every small change, every healthy meal, every joyful walk, every deep breath taken instead of a cigarette is a powerful investment in a longer, fuller life. Heart failure doesn't have to be inevitable. It's a result of many choices adding up over time. And that means we have the power, even now, to steer our path toward better heart health. It's not about being perfect. It's about being mindful, loving ourselves enough to choose what supports a strong, steady heart. In honoring the memory of Pope Francis, let us also honor the beautiful gift of life that each of us has been given and protect it one wise, caring choice at a time. 1. Prolonged coma. When we heard about Pope Francis's passing, many of us were stunned to learn that he had fallen into a prolonged coma before his death. It's a difficult and heartbreaking situation, one that can happen quietly, often when the early signs are overlooked or when chronic health issues are not properly managed. A coma is not an illness in itself, but a deep, prolonged state of unconsciousness. In many cases, it's the result of a serious complication such as a major stroke or a lack of oxygen to the brain. When the brain is deprived of oxygen, even for just a few minutes, the damage can be devastating. Cells start to die, and depending on how widespread the damage is, a person may never fully wake up again. One of the most common pathways to a coma is a severe stroke. When blood flow to the brain is blocked or interrupted, parts of the brain can no longer function properly. If the affected area controls consciousness, movement, or breathing, the consequences can be catastrophic. Sometimes a stroke is massive enough that the brain swells dangerously, further cutting off vital blood supply. In such moments, time is everything. Minutes can mean the difference between recovery and irreversible damage. Sadly, many of the habits that contribute to strokes and brain injuries are things we can control, but often don't. Ignoring early warning signs, a sudden weakness in the arm, slurred speech, sudden confusion, or dizziness can lead to delays in treatment. Every second counts in a stroke. Getting medical help immediately can save brain function and even life itself. Yet sometimes pride, fear, or desire to wait and see makes people hesitate when they should be calling an ambulance right away. Chronic illnesses like diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease also dramatically increase the risk of falling into a coma. When these conditions are poorly managed, they can cause a cascade of problems. High blood sugar can lead to swelling in the brain, uncontrolled blood pressure can cause hemorrhages, and heart issues can interrupt the supply of oxygenated blood. It's not just about feeling sick in the moment. It's about the long-term strain on the body silently accumulating over the years. One of the most dangerous habits is neglecting regular management of these diseases. Sometimes, people feel good for a few days and think it's safe to stop their medication. Other times, they put off going to the doctor because they don't want to hear bad news, or because it feels too overwhelming to deal with yet another appointment or prescription. But chronic conditions don't go away on their own. They need consistent attention, even on the days when everything feels fine. So, how can we protect ourselves? First and foremost, managing existing health conditions is crucial. If you have high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart disease, it's important to work closely with your healthcare provider to keep them under control. That means taking medications exactly as prescribed, not skipping doses when you feel better, and not stopping medications without consulting your doctor first. It also means attending regular checkups, even if they seem routine or unnecessary. Those appointments are opportunities to catch problems early before they spiral into emergencies. Second, it's important to listen to your body. Really listen. Our bodies are remarkable at giving us signals when something isn't right. Chest pain, sudden fatigue, dizziness, difficulty speaking, weakness on one side of the body. These are not symptoms to brush off. They're your body's way of waving a big red flag, asking for help. Never be embarrassed to seek medical attention. It's far better to go to the hospital and find out it's nothing serious than to stay home and regret it later. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle also plays a huge role. Regular gentle exercise improves blood flow to the brain and heart. A balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats supports the body's natural healing processes. Reducing salt, sugar, and processed foods can help manage blood pressure and blood sugar levels. And of course, avoiding smoking and limiting alcohol can significantly lower your risk of vascular problems. Emotional health matters too. Chronic stress raises blood pressure and can make managing diseases more difficult. Finding ways to manage stress through prayer, meditation, hobbies, or connecting with loved ones is not just good for the soul, it's good for the brain and heart too. When we think about Pope Francis lying silently in that hospital bed, we realize how quickly life can change. One day we are walking, laughing, making plans for tomorrow, and the next we could be thrust into a fight for survival. It's a stark reminder that health is precious, and it demands daily care and respect. Taking small, consistent steps each day is our best defense. Checking blood pressure at home, keeping blood sugar levels in check, going for that daily walk even when it's chilly outside, taking medications on time. These actions might seem small, but together they build a strong shield against serious complications like coma. No one can prevent every illness, and sometimes life throws curveballs no matter how careful we are. But by being vigilant, caring for ourselves, and responding quickly when warning signs appear, we can dramatically improve our chances of living a long, full life. Let's honor the memory of those we have lost, like Pope Francis, by taking their lessons to heart. Let's cherish the days we are given, care for our health with the attention it deserves, and support one another in the journey toward aging with strength, dignity, and hope.